Hey up and welcome to another Restrap how-to. Today we're looking at, I reckon, what might be one of the most niche products that Restrap make, but it's the kind of thing where if it's for you, then it is really for you, and it will be an absolute game changer. Probably can't tell what it is from just looking at it, but it is a hiker bike harness. So designed to attach to the bike, actually fits on the top tube like this. Can unroll it, end up with a couple of rucksack style straps that will deploy, and it allows you to carry the bike over your shoulders far more comfortably than it would be if you're trying to wrestle it onto your shoulders in any other kind of way. And also allows you to walk with your hands free, so you can hold rocks, etc., while doing some long hiker bikes. So instantly, either you will know, yes, I do rides and I bike pack and I do the kind of routes where I need to do that, or maybe you don't. For those of you who do, promise that it's an absolute game changer. So we'll have a little run through it. Before we attach the harness to the frame, let's just have a little look at what you get with it. First of all, we've got these two long straps which are used to attach the harness to the top tube. These are the two rucksack straps which are actually attached to the main body of the unit, and then we've got three fast straps here, two of which are a little bit different to the normal fast straps that you might see and have got some additional attachment points. We'll have a look at those and where they go in a second. And then finally we've got one normal extra long fast strap, and that's used to just fasten the front wheel to the frame. So now we've gone through that, let's have a little look at how we attach this onto the frame. So onto fitting the harness. First thing to bear in mind is we're placing this onto the top tube. What you want to consider is that we want the straps of the rucksack to unravel on this side of the bike, onto the non-drive side, because you don't want the chain set into your back when you're carrying it. So you can imagine the bike is going to be in this direction once it's fitted. So, way to make sure that you're doing that, we want the Restrap logo at the back, and we want the name on the Restrap logo to be facing the drive side. Then we've got these two straps, and it can look a little bit complicated when you first look at it. We've got two buckles here on each front and rear, but it's actually fairly straightforward once you fit it. You want everything completely open and loose. Place the harness onto the top tube, thread the strap under the top tube and through the first buckle, and you really want to tighten that up as much as possible. Then feed the strap back under the top tube and then through the next buckle, and again you want to make that as tight as you possibly can do, and then we do exactly the same process on the rear. So as you can see, there's some excess strap there. There are some O-rings, so you can tidy that up yourself and fold that back in. If you do want to cut it down, then there are some notches along the strap that you can follow as a cutting guide. Don't throw away the excess that you've cut off. It makes a really good tyre boot, that kind of thing, so stash it away somewhere. Do bear in mind though that if you're going to swap this between different bikes, do consider that obviously some top tubes are larger than others. Particularly if you're swapping between, say, a carbon bike and a steel bike, then it's worth making sure there's at least a little bit of excess here. So you can see that we've got the main part of the harness fitted onto the frame. The next step is creating some attachment points for it when it opens, but perhaps the easiest way to show where they may go is to actually open up the harness. So we'll do that now. We've got straps here and a strap here, and you can see that they hang down. Now there's a couple of different places that you may want to attach the attachment points. You'll certainly want one somewhere along the down tube. You may then want to go for either the seat tube or the non-drive side chainstay for the other. Exactly where you go will depend a little bit on the balance point of the bike, and remember that balance point may change when the bike is loaded as well. So what I absolutely recommend is that you fit this and you trial it and you get that point exactly sorted before you actually set off on the ride. Fitting the attachment points, and it's really important that you get these in the right orientation. So you can see that we've got two buckles here and we've got an additional loop. You want this additional loop facing outwards and at the top, and that's what the bottom of the straps are going to fit into. So we place that where we think we're going to want to attach it. And then it's really similar actually to how we attach the rest of the harness. Do exactly the same with the second buckle. And again, you've got quite a lot of excess strap here. Trim that and tidy it. Or again, use an O-ring to tidy up the excess. So fitting the strap onto the attachment point onto the down tube. As with on the chainstay, then you want to make sure that the attachment loop is at the top and it's facing outwards, and repeat the process. So now you can imagine you get to the bottom of steep, long, hard climb. You know you're going to be hiker biking for a while. You can unravel this, slide that into place, do exactly the same on the other side, and there we have bike that's ready to carry. Last step now, and this one's by no means compulsory, but I think it just makes things a little bit nicer while you're carrying it. And that's just using a completely normal fast strap and just securing the front wheel to that down tube there. And that just means that while you're carrying the bike, then the handlebars can't swing round, hit you in the face. Just keeps everything a little bit more stable as well, really. Okay, so we've got the harness fitted and we've got it set up ready for hiker bike mode. I guess the only thing now is to actually put the bike on over the shoulders and see what it's like. So as you can see at the moment, the bike it's a little bit wonky, but as you can imagine, this strap has got to go a lot further than the one that's on the down tube. So I'm just going to tighten up this side a little bit, and that really straightens things out. I'm going to cinch up this one a little bit as well. And there we go. Just going to bring the pedal around to my side. And that is just so comfortable. It genuinely is really, really comfortable. Carry the bike. And while it's not loaded at the moment, I'd be more than happy to walk up a hill with the bike strapped to my back for a really, really long time, to be honest. And have done, and I certainly know that some of the guys testing it have been using it on some pretty long rides with some sizable hiker bikes with a fully loaded bike as well. And yeah, at some point it's not as comfortable as a rucksack, but certainly so much more comfortable than having a down tube or a top tube buried into your neck for hours on end. Okay, so you've reached the top of the hill, time to take the bike off. The way that I tend to prefer to do it is just loosening off the straps first a little bit. Just makes it that little bit easier to get your arm out, and then reversing the process. Swing that round, and it is so simple. It's just a matter of unhooking each of the straps and then bundling those away, and you can be as neat and tidy or as quick as you like about that. Equally, whip off the fast strap. Do not forget that, otherwise could be in for a world of trouble when you start off riding. And then this simply rolls up, and we've got the Velcro strap to go around. So there we have it, the hiker bike harness. Probably one of the most niche products that Restrap do, but ultimately you already know that if this is something that's going to be useful for you, it is an absolute game changer. But like, you can, like, I could run with it, and it's... Are you still filming? Yeah.